And this is something that we just know that's going to happen. Of course, Tristana and Ezreal might just be banned away here in the second rotation by JDG just because of how good Genza is on both of them.
Yeah, but they really need to target down Genza because he has a pretty decently sized champion pool. And they do love putting him in last so they can get the counter picks here, which is pretty decent by like that's pretty decent in any standard. But really, Genza is running out of options here. He still has an Ezreal available. I don't know if he's gonna go for that though.
Last pick for Genza, like what you mentioned, it's going to be a high profile priority here for Genza. Gragas is gonna serve really well here for Cerberus Esports, especially with Akeno on game number 2. He paved the way for Genza to be online early into the game. Nautilus of Max, back to back is going to be key as well. And finally, this is something that I have been looking forward to seeing whenever I see an Akali. It wasn't used in game number 1, but this time around it will be locked in. The Shen to combo in with the Akali to prevent all follow-ups and denial.
Yeah, the Shen and the Akali, and then the Sivir. Alright, I am into it. 11 with the Jax at the top lane. Very good support. Supportive top laner, I should say, because he does have that option to go split push and really terrorize the map in a different location than the rest of the team. So how will they execute this team composition? It remains to be seen as we head on to the last game of this series.
Let's see. It will be answered by both JDG and Cerberus Esports for sure, but I love the combination of both of these squads. Of course, the Shen Akali combination, the Lee Sin, Vladimir, Camille, and Genza on the Ezreal, Barry on the Sivir. This comp is just top notch right now for both of these teams. Only one can prevail, only one can win here in this series. Let's see who will stand their ground this better.
This is for all the marbles here in the series. Can Genza's Ezreal compete? Can he stop Barry Sivir here in their tracks? Because I'm kind of getting a lot of the vibes from game number 1 from these compositions, really. There's a lot of champions on the side of JDG who can just hunt down Genza.
Yeah,
just run him down.
The Jax, the Shen, everyone, to be honest. Except for the Sivir, but Sivir can stand his ground against the Entity, especially because of the spell shield. And they don't have the reset option this time around for Cerberus Esports. What they have though is burst. Oh no.
Oh man, that burst, speaking of burst, Genza already take quite a lot of damage, but he bursted down Max quite a bit more. A very worthy trade there, as Barry did miss a tiny bit of CS, but that does mean that Cerberus Esports, they have that advantage for a while.
Genza can continue poking out in the bottom lane as well. We see Y1 actually being here on the blue side jungle of Cerberus Esports. He can go in a cheeky gank in the bottom lane if he wants to, but that hasn't been really the case usually for our junglers. Normally they go for full clear, of course, to reach level 5 and then gank.
Yeah, that is something that is on the cards. That's a game plan for either of these teams, especially Cerberus Esports, because they have a champion that's super reliant on ganks going well. Right, he needs to be in the right position. He needs to be the one initiating, and when it all works out, it's beautiful. But if it doesn't, it could spell disaster. Now you see BMM taking a huge chunk of the health bar here. Now, these junglers, they could maybe see each other here. Y1, maybe he just wants to get this as he lands a Sonic Wave and grabs that first blood. A very clean, very smooth kill right there.
The moment we saw the timing and the Sonic Wave connecting, we know the favor is going to be done. And this Lee Sin pick is now proving to be a great adjustment for Y1.
Yeah, it is an adjustment and a half, really, that he needs to make, and make it fast, because these lanes are not going to be waiting for a long time here, especially since you know, Taku is very, I don't want to say fed, but he's pretty ahead, especially in the skills that he's mastering first. Now Max goes in, gets that dredge, absolutely beautiful, and then the flash is coming. They're trying to hunt down Genza, but unfortunately they only had enough room for one, just the Nautilus.
I mean, that's still a great setup coming in from JDG. Cerberus Esports, they need to be extra careful this time around. Genza doesn't have any mana. Mid lane is being pushed by BMM though, so that's a good sign that after the kill of Y1, he's now establishing better control of this Akali. Feibai is playing more passively as well, actually going in onto BMM just because of this pressure that Y1 is doing, now invading as well alongside with Akeno.
Yeah, it is really just a difficult proposition here, but Akeno, he goes in real quick, and there's the true shot barrage, swinging this right there.
Oh no!
Looking for the opportunity, but that is going to be a Dragon's Rage right there, not able to really get anything other than just disengage from himself as Akeno goes down.
A bit of a miscommunication coming in from Cerberus Esports as well as we look into this replay, because I actually thought that they would go in onto Max and maybe try to go in onto Feibai, but we saw Y1 just recalling. Maybe since they saw Berry and the rest of JDG having the numbers advantage, they called off the gank and just let Akeno die. And Y1, though expending the flash is crucial, especially that he won't be having it later on the first objective fight.
Yeah, now, oh god, already once, as soon as he saw what was happening in the mid lane, he came in, tried to go for the taunt right there, under the tower, which is really not that great for Cerberus Esports, a place to get taunted under. But still, the Shen is going to be a very huge key in the fights later on because of his ultimate. That makes it so that he can be the one that is split pushing and then come in later on when a fight breaks out, stand united, and then suddenly the person who was sent to stop him in the side lane is stuck there while he's fighting in Dragon Pit.
JDG being able to equalize the goal is actually better for them compared to Cerberus Esports, because this season later on it will fall off. The Shen is going to be able to scale up and help even more towards the team fights here for JDG. Plus the macro play just unlocked with just this Shen pick is going to be troubling for Cerberus Esports. So now Cerberus, they need to find ways to get this goal going for themselves, maybe through this first objective. They will be targeting the dragon first. JDG will be willing to trade, but actually Max and Berry going bot side.
It's not even a trade. They are contesting, and there's the stand united onto Feibai. Two ninjas appear at once, and both of them follow up onto the two members of. Yep, they're done. Cerberus Esports, they get 2 kills onto Genza and 1-1, and that's gonna be all she wrote. An amazing stand united there to get him all the way there, even though Cerberus Esports were the first ones who got the Drake.
And JDG will also be getting this RH, maybe use it into the mid lane. Gold funneling definitely is going to be online here for JDG. Taku alone in top
diving.
Yeah.
They're not diving. They're just taking getting a little bit of damage there onto that tower, and then they're gonna drop Shelly right there in the mid lane. I don't think Genza's got what it takes to one-shot it from behind, so they're just gonna lose that tower very safely. I might add, JDG just trying to get as many objectives in a macro sense that they can.
Lemon as well getting a tower plating in the top lane is just accelerating this gold lead even more for JDG. And Cerberus Esports has no answers just yet, especially after that clash in the bottom lane in the Dragon Pit. 2 kills by JDG. Now they go top.
Yep, and they're gonna go dive, and it's going to be a very successful dive because they started off with a Sonic Wave into Dragon's Rage, and that is a Jax out of there. They will get another plate here on the tower, but yeah, Cerberus Esports just proving that they are still really able to do things, especially when they have the right setup for it. That Lee Sin is going to be very deadly if he's able to set up these plays.
Cerberus Esports, after picking up the kill, maybe they can translate the pressure even more towards the side lanes or on other lanes. Once they're spotting out Y1.
Oh, that's a lot of damage onto his health. Even though Y1 was kind of already half he kind of stayed a little bit longer, greeted a little bit hard, but it will not be punished because the rest of his team, or at least two of them, they were there to back him up. So well done to Service Esports, but a knock up onto Genza once again, and then the isolation here. Barry is the one who is chasing, and once as well is there. He's going to slice him up as Akeno, the last bot laner standing, the last support standing here for Service Esports, will get hunted down, and Barry's the one who takes that kill. This Saber is starting to become a monster.
And once this time, we'll get the steal on one of the gaps here of Y1 as well, just to answer back on the invade that Y1 did onto his own jungle. 3,000 gold lead by JDG. They will get the tower in the bottom, in the mid lane, top side as well. Max going here, but not really committing too much. He's just happy to take 2 towers and almost simultaneously.
Yeah, that is something that they definitely have the advantages to do. They have the avenue to do that, but immediately you can see they try to bait it, and then they try to go for other things, other farmable things here, because they do need to. I really think they need to isolate that Ezreal in some way, shape, or form. But Y1 going for another dive here onto Lemon, a dive maybe, but he really just traded a little bit of paint there with Lemon, who is scrapping with Taku.
Yeah, that was gonna be fine. Lemon as well. Y1 will try to engage, but it's going to be very difficult against the Jax, especially because the Shen is just there.
Yup. Stand United is it can happen at any time, and it can help you immediately, or it can hurt you in a bit. But regardless, you just being able to use that Stand United to make sure that you know, your guys, your teammates don't die is so powerful.
Yeah, Cerberus Esports just trying to scale up. The only way they can win here is, again, similar to game number 1, and that's through Genza and BMM.
Yep.
Taco is having a bit of a hard time right now, and will be having much more of a hard time later on, because it's going up against Ajax that is going to win 100% against Icanu every single time. Now Dragon is up.
Yep. And they are going to be fighting for it, as Y1 already looking for his target. It is Max, who's incredibly low, but he manages to get into state.
Oh no!
Onto him, but he's still able to assassinate the Ezreal. Gets is gone, as Feibai got one. Now they're looking for more. Taku's over there, and then they just hunt down the Vladimir, as the last man left standing soon is just it.
JDG getting a great engage there towards Cerberus Esports, especially with Max just baiting everyone up to commit their ults onto him. They cast, they kick, and they Hextech Ultimatum. And what's the answer? Stasis. 3 ults denied, and then that allowed Feibai to just have the backline access towards Genza. And no more counterplays available here for Cerberus Esports. Aken is basically just a walking meat shield at this point. No one to enable BMM, no one to protect Genza, and JDG is fully aware of that as well. That's why they are able to just get this massive teamfight victory. And we'll be getting more as well as they unlock bottom lane.
Yep, and they will unlock another kill onto Genza. Have to be careful where you go and when Feibai is in the conversation. It seemed like he just got instantly assassinated there, which was a little... It's kind of funny, but also when you're the hope of the team in terms of damage, you just have to be super careful where you're treading, you know? Taku, he will go for the Hextech Ultimatum, but that is not enough to save him from certain death. That Akali has scaled up to a monster.
7,000 goldie by JDG though is just so scary on this composition that they have.
Yep.
There's no answer on the Shed, there's no answer on the Akali. The only thing that was great coming from Cerberus Esports so far is that 1 kill that Y1 secured in the mid lane at the start of the game. But everything else has been disastrous for Cerberus Esports. And JDG is loving every single bit of it as well, because this is basically game number 2, but is on a JDG win. And Cerberus Esports has no answer at all just yet. BMM is not online yet. Genza is too far behind. Taco as well, as we stated earlier, is struggling against the Jax. And this composition definitely is working.
is working a little bit not ideally as Max goes for the flash into the depth charge. Can he get the dredge line? No, he won't. He won't even attempt it. But JDG, that is such a powerful set of initiation tools. You know, the flash into the depth charge. It just, you one-click somebody and then you're able to select them to inspect further. I think that's pretty darn powerful. But you know, powerful JDG, they may be powerful enough to go for a Baron kill here, but they just need a little bit more confidence, like some Filipino.
I don't know. Cerberus Esports, they have been trying, but so far to no avail. 13 minutes in, JDG is just gonna be prepping for Baron. They just leave the Jack in the bottom lane, force a fight still here against Y1, take him down without hesitation or troubles.
Oh, they're just gonna go on to a Keno and then Y1. So this is the thing about JDG, is Max is always the one who's able to initiate, and then okay, they just get some more off of that, and they actually got a kill in the bottom lane, and that was 11 just bullying his lane opponent, and I think that was under tower as well.
BMM.
There's the Silver ultimate. Now Akano, he gets taunted down. But that is a good target taken down already. The Silver is gone, but can they get the priority targets here? Service Esports has a good start by
bye.
A good, and their health bars are so incredibly low, and they're gonna get lower still as they turn to 0 as Feibai tries to get a shortcut onto BMM. He fails, as that should just be a 2 for his 2 for 1 all across the board actually.
Yeah, I mean, they got so many out of Cerberus Esports, and now we'll just be able to get even more because Feibai was untouched. I mean, they focused so much just to take Barry down. Max as well was there alongside with Ones, and the moment we saw Feibai, he was just unstopped by anyone. No one can stop him at all. He's just landing the damage, going with his combinations. Yep. There was a bit of a kick that was used by Y1 to just push him back, but not at all felt by Feibai, and he will continue to do that every single time that he will be able to.
Feibai is just so scary. Whenever you're trying to get a little bit of damage onto, say, Max, or try to get a lot of damage onto Barry, you have to be super aware of where Feibai is, and then you have to be ready with your escape tool as soon as he shows up, or else you just get immediately eviscerated. Now we go here to there's the Ocean Drake. Third one has spawned up. Service Esports, they have a death rush here. They know it's not warded, but now they know as Y1 he fails to go for the kick. Oh, that's so unlucky. And now he has to pay for it with his life. A good attempt at a play, but then now that play is going to cost them everything. Genza now down to 0. BMM, the next man to get hunted down. Will he be able to get away into base? No, because Lemon is there, who's already working on the base, and he just goes for the auto attack. The last man standing is Taku. 1 versus 5. Where can you go wrong? Goes Flex Tech Ultimatum, trying to knock somebody into the fountain, but ultimately it is Feibai who finishes that kill off, and the Nexus is going to go down for a 2-1 by Jingdong Gaming.
It was a great number 2 a while ago by Cerberus Esports, but after that, JG said that they're done playing around, and they got more serious here in this game, had a better draft against Cerberus Esports, especially with a Kali of Feibai, and everyone was just impacting so much here in this game for JDG. Now they secured finally a series win for their side after a 3-series loss against EDG, KBG, and FPX. Now they win against Cerberus Esports, and I'm gonna be looking forward to them getting more wins for sure.